Welcome to the Gym Show with your host, Jim. So, Allie saw this video on, I think it was Facebook, about this guy who does intermittent fasting and he eats like 4,000 calorie, absolutely disgusting dinners. That's all he eats. He eats, I think it's during an 8 hour period or less during a day. So, it's pretty standard intermittent fasting. And so he'll eat like a pizza covered in hot dogs, covered in french fries. And yet he still, is able to maintain a pretty healthy looking body. I doubt that if he did some testing on various, levels within his body that he'd be all that healthy eating that kind of junk. But because he has all that time where he's not digesting, where his body can focus on detoxification, he's not putting on fat, right? He doesn't need to put on fat to store the toxins because he's getting rid of most of them. So this just inspired me again to do another bit of work with intermittent fasting. It's something I did throughout the 2.5 months of raw vegan. I pretty much intermittent fasted that entire time. So I started this up again today, or started it last night. I stopped eating around 4 o'clock yesterday. I didn't eat anything, just had water until 4 o'clock today. Normally I wouldn't do it for 24 hours. That's just what happened because I didn't eat it while I was at work at all. And then I got home. So I didn't feel hungry. I didn't have many detoxification feelings. I didn't have a headache. Throughout that 24-hour period, I felt fine. Then when I got home, an interesting thing happened. I ate some chips. I ate some sort of lousy food, but I ate a lot of raw vegan foods. Some nuts, some salad. I had some miso soup as well, some fermented stuff. So a good mix of highly nutritious foods. I felt like I could not eat anything else. Like the body's fullness indicator was pegged. Like, you're full, you don't eat anything at all. Then a little while after that, I decided that I was going to have some Cashewtopia ice cream, which is cashew based ice cream stuff. And I was able to eat like a half pint of it because it's food without breaks. It has virtually almost no nutrition, and so your body can just keep eating it. Like, you just eat it nonstop, just like chips, popcorn, processed foods. You can just eat this stuff nonstop because it doesn't set off your body's indicator that, hey, I have enough nutrition, I don't need this anymore. So I had eaten all of that, right? And part of it's probably I want to be distracted from something as well. There's emotional stuff going on, I'm sure, as part of that made me want to eat that at the time, which is fine for now. So then I went and looked in the fridge again. I looked at all these vegetables and I was like, I can't eat that right now. I'm too full. After I just had all this room, like you always have room for dessert thing. So it's just really interesting to see this play out because I could definitely feel like the feeling of fullness was so there and so present when I was looking at highly nutritious food to eat. I was just like heavy and full and I don't need it. But then if you eat some junk that doesn't have any benefit to your body, you can just keep eating it. I'm sure you've experienced this. It's something that they talk about a lot in Whole30. Again, food without breaks is food you can just keep eating nonstop and you never feel full because it doesn't trigger your body to say, hey, I have enough nutrition, I don't need anything else. So I'm going to continue with doing the intermittent fasting, no breakfast, no lunch, and just eating dinner or eating maybe just lunch or dinner somewhere in there, something like that. I think I'm going to try to limit it to about a 4-hour period. Because I felt so good doing that when I was doing it raw vegan. A lot of people have had a lot of success with it, even if they're eating totally crappy food, because they have so much time for their body to detox. So I think it is something worth doing, worth trying out. I have heard that with women it doesn't work sometimes, so they work a little differently. But for most men, that kind of intermittent fasting on a daily basis seems to work really well. It extends your lifespan. It keeps you looking young. There's just all kinds of benefits. Increases your ability to deal with deadly pathogens through your immune system. You know, it's just a great thing to do. I highly recommend it. Give it a shot. And I think that's it for today. So watch out for those foods without breaks, because you just keep eating them, and your body's like, it feels good, right? It feels good. It's not nutrition, so I'm not gonna tell you to stop. It's distracting you from something, most likely, right? It's an addiction of some kind, sugar, usually. So those are my thoughts for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.